Hey, Dayton Anderson here, coming to you from my home here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And in this video, I wanted to give you two quick tips to help you deal with the "I just don't have the money" objection. Now, if you're getting this objection a lot, it might be because of how you're being or the posture you have when talking with your prospects. You see, people will give the "I don't have money" objection to cover up things that may hurt your feelings. So instead of saying, you know what, I don't see you as a leader that can show me how to achieve the success that I want, or you know what, I'm just definitely not interested, what they'll say is, I just don't have the money, thinking that that's like a bulletproof objection that you can't, break through, that you will just end the conversation there and both parties will still be friends and be able to go their way. And so, if you're getting this objection a lot, you definitely want to manage the energy in the calls that you have. You don't want to come across giving them the power. You don't want to be asking questions like yes or no questions. You want to give them this or that questions. And so how that sounds is, you may send somebody to a video and you say, oh, would you like me to follow up with you after you watched it? Or, would you like me to follow up at this time or this time? And what that does is that gives them the power, and really, it's not a great way of managing the energy of the phone call or the talk that you're having. And so what you want to do instead, you want to have posture, you want to manage the energy and say, well, you know what, I have some other people watching this presentation right now. I do have a few slots open at this time and this time tomorrow. How soon would you be able to get in front of a computer and watch this presentation? And what that does is that gives you the posture, that helps you manage the energy. You become the authority figure, the leader that they're looking to work with, that can show them how to achieve the results. And so, instead of hearing the "I don't have the money" objection, if you're getting that a lot, it might just be from the posture that you have when talking to your prospects. So you definitely want to work on that. And the second tip is to, when you get this question, is to ask them, well, are you trying to get in or get out? And they may say, well, what do you mean? And then you say, well, you know what, there's some people that are just saying I don't have the money because they don't want to hurt my feelings. And then there's other people that say I don't have the money, but if they were to have the money, then they absolutely would join. Which one are you? And some people will say, you know what, I just don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not interested. And that's a definite no, right? No's are better than maybes, and then you're chasing them for months down the line. If you know it's a no, you can move on to the next prospect, to the next lead. And so what happens is, if they're in the other, the other side of the equation, and they're like, well, you know what, I would join if I really did have the money, then you can ask, like, how far off are we? And they may say, oh, what do you mean? And then you say, well, what, I'm assuming that since you say you don't have the money, that you don't have a debit card, you don't have a credit card, or you don't have any way to access the amount of money that we need to get you started with this opportunity. And then they may say, yeah, that's true, that's what I mean. And then you say, you know what, well, how far off are we, or how much money do we have access to? Now, you see, what happens is, if your opportunity costs $500 to join, or it costs $1,000 to join, if you don't ask this question, then you are going to be battling that whole $500 or $1,000. And so if you wanted to help them, move around some finances, sell some things, find things that they could cut out of their lives in order to help them get the money that they need in order to join you, you're battling the full amount that it costs to join. So if you say, well, how much money do we have access to? Sometimes you may find that they say, well, I have a credit card that I could, actually put this amount of money on, but I kind of save that for rainy days. And then you say, well, if that's your only source of this size of income, today may be that rainy day. And it kind of hits them, and they may go ahead, put it on the credit card and get started. Or they may say, you know what, I have $400 of the $500 and I get paid next Friday. And so now you're dealing with someone that you know that they have $400. You can follow up with them on on Friday when they get paid and be able to put them into your opportunity. But you have to know how much money you're battling. Maybe they need to sell an instrument. Maybe they need to cut out their cable bill for a little while so that they can afford it. But if you're battling the full $500, full $1,000, then you'll never then you know it's far more difficult than if you're battling $50 or $100. But you'll never know unless you actually ask them, well, how far off are we? So hopefully you found these 2 tips helpful. If you're looking for a way to have better posture on the phone and to generate more leads for your business, then click the link below this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. My name is Dayton Anderson, and I'll speak with you again soon.